Hey, how's everyone doing? This is another live stream with the Toy Bounty Hunters. Today we have, for the first time, joining us our good friend Ken. Um, of course, I'm John, and with us is Tom, as always. Uh,
Hello.
Tom, go ahead and introduce yourself, even though people should already know you by now.
I hope so.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Ken.
Hey, what's
Yeah.
up?
All right, and we got our friend Ken with us.
How you guys doing?
All right, today we'll be talking about video games that didn't quite make it, and also on the docket we got some Super Mega Force. If you guys want to ask any questions, please go ahead and ask them in the comment section of this stream, or you can ask us on Twitter. Toy Bounty Hunters Twitter is toy_B_hunters on Twitter, or you could ask us questions on our Facebook like page at /ToyBountyHuntersPage. So
We will,
let's go ahead
we
and
will
jump
hunt
right.
them. They will
Yep.
hunt the toys.
We'll hunt them down. We got him. So, all right, get things started off here. So, Tom, as we know, in the 90s there was a lot of game systems that didn't quite make it when they came out. One of them being the infamous 3DO, which I'm sure you remember. Oh,
3DO.
no, the 3DO, yes, with such great and forgettable hits as. Look how bad it is. It's hard to even remember. I do remember though that Street Fighter 2 Turbo, I believe, came out for the 3DO. Am I right? Was it the
I think so.
right? Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo came out for the 3DO.
Yeah, I think
It
that
was
was
like the
like
old.
one of the mainstream games that came out for it.
Yeah, I think that was one of the only good games that came out for it, and even that it failed. Didn't do anything with that system. Unfortunately, it ended up being just poor. And then we can't forget the Sega CD.
The
Which
Sega
of
CD.
course, oh my goodness, so many bad games on the Sega CD. Horrible, terrible.
At least
I
the
mean,
Sega CD had Strider too.
oh, it tried it. Well, the good thing about the Sega CD is that it did have some good titles for it.
Didn't
Obviously,
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? Didn't they have something for that one?
well, for the Sega CD, they had the interactive movie type game. It was
Oh
like,
yes, yes.
basically you would choose, like an A, B, or C option, and then that would progress the story along. It was just basically an interactive, like episode game, and it was pretty bad. I mean, but
My girlfriend liked it.
I mean, but the thing about it is, I had it. I mean, it was cool to see, like, pieces of episodes in, on your Sega CD. It was like, oh, cool. So on the Sega CD, but then again, you could just watch it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that's
it was.
true.
Yeah, it was not one of the better games on there, but it had a lot of games that were like that. They were really just it's like Sega got so excited with the fact, oh, we could put videos in the games, actual, live action videos, that they would make a lot of dumb games, like, they were just basically interactive movies, and they were boring. They just, there's nothing good about them. Now, where they shined was when they would make, great RPGs like Lunar and Lunar 2. Well, those were made, obviously, they were published by Working Designs. Forget the company that actually developed them, but those were good games that came out for the Sega CD. As well as Vi was another one. I mean, it wasn't as good as the Lunar games, and they had pretty repetitive music, but it was another good RPG that came out for the Sega CD. And Popful Mail. I mean, Working Designs, all the games that they published on the Sega CD were good. They had a perfect record on the Sega CD. They're probably the only game company that did have a perfect record on the Sega CD as far as games are concerned. So it's unfortunate that they're out of business now, but they were awesome. They were awesome. Working Designs.
I never owned this Sega the Sega CD. Never owned it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, if you can get a hold of one reasonably priced, I mean, now they sell. Obviously, it's funny because they probably. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they probably sell more. They probably sell for more now than they did when they came out, because they're collector's items now. Which is funny.
Yeah,
But,
a lot of the game consoles have become collector pieces.
Yeah. Yes, a lot of them, a lot of systems have. Yeah, this is true. Um, a lot of like the 3DO. The 3DO is one of them. The 3DO is a system that is now a collector's system, as well as like the Neo Geo is a Sentai. Sentai recently actually got a Neo Geo, and he did a review on it. Actually, and he is asking me for an invite right now. So let me go ahead and
Cool.
get him in here. So if you guys hear that thumping, sorry, that's me.
It's all good.
It's me typing on the keyboard. So let that be known. But okay, let me. All right, and one of my lights went out, so it got a little bit dimmer in this room. Yes. You guys see me all right? Is the light too low? Can you see me nice and bright? Alright, so that's something, but yeah, Neo Geo is another one. Obviously Sega CD. Oh, Tom, we forgot the PC Engine, the TurboGrafx 16 and the TurboGrafx CD. Another great. The system that was 16-bit but not quite 16-bit. Yeah. Well, what it was is the way TurboGrafx cheated is that they had a 16-bit system technically, but it was really, I think it was actually just two 8-bit processors, and and they sold it they sold it as a 16-bit system. They had some good games on this. Splatterhouse came out on and so did the Bonk games. The Bonk games were really good. Splatterhouse. The first Street Fighter game actually came out on a TurboGrafx CD. It wasn't called Street Fighter. They called it Fighting Street, which I'll never understand why they decided to call that. Yeah, Fighting Street is what they decided to call it, which never made any sense.
Probably one of those the translation errors.
Oh, which one?
Well, probably it's a translation miscommunication.
Oh man, there was just no. I mean, they knew it was called Street Fighter. I think they just I guess for whatever reason when they released it on the system, they just probably thought, hey, you know what? Let's call it Fighting Street. That might be better. Oh, and here is Sentai 22. Go ahead, Sentai. Say hi to everyone.
Hey guys.
Howdy.
Hey.
It's funny. I don't know if you've been if you're watching the stream or did you get a chance to hear what we were talking about Sentai? But we're talking about some of the games that came out on the some games and systems that didn't do quite well. One of the games, obviously one of the games we're talking about right now was Fighting Street for the TurboGrafx 16, which was the first Street Fighter game.
Oh, you're talking about the TurboGrafx PC Engine.
The PC Engine, the NEC PC Engine. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that actually. Believe it or not, the PC Engine was very popular in Japan. It was released in 1987. Became the first 16-bit. You could say the TurboGrafx 16 started the 16-bit era.
Yeah.
Even though
it was two 8-bit processors.
Yes. Oh, you studied, man. You studied.
Oh,
yes.
of course, man. I know a little bit about know a little thing or two about some old school systems. I grew up in the late '80s. So. Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. That thing was small though, very very small. Actually, I'm thinking of getting the PC Engine for my retro gaming collection. You guys want to see my retro gaming collection?
Hey, I actually told these guys that you actually recently bought a Neo Geo and that you you did a review on it. But go ahead, man. Yeah, show it off, man. Let's see. Let's see what the classics are all about. Maybe somebody watching right now is gonna look and say, oh, this is what the relics of the old look like here.
Yes. As you can see.
Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
The Genesis.
Unfortunately, no Master System. Not a big fan of the Master System, unfortunately.
I have a Master System, so I got one of the Sega systems that you don't there. I got a Master System. I got the Genesis. I got the CD, and I got the Saturn and the Dreamcast.
There's the Neo Geo. That's my baby right there, as you can see.
Yeah, bro. Oh, look at that! You got it all vacuum sealed in the
Yeah,
Plastic.
because
Look at how it's all
yeah.
nice and.
Yeah, because it's expensive equipment right there, so I had to take good care of it.
Yeah, bro.
All right, and there's
I don't blame you.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't blame you,
Nintendo.
brother.
Oh yeah,
Famicom.
there you go. I'm also getting the original Famicom. Hopefully, probably maybe next few weeks. But right now, I'm
Very
just
nice.
focusing on just getting the PC engine and a few Game Boy stuff right there. Here
Very
and there.
nice.
And
Very
right there in the
nice.
bottom, you got, well, I know you guys can't see it, but there's all my retro games in the bottom,
Wow.
as well as some Sega Saturns and some Japanese Sega Saturns on top, and there's Sega Dreamcast, and then just in the back, I don't know if you can't see it either, but there's some the three Neo Geo games that I got with that bundle of the Neo Geo console. So
Very nice.
yeah, thank you
Very
guys.
nice.
But yeah, my collection pretty much comprises of anything that you guys grew up on, essentially. Yeah, if I got the retro consoles, I probably got them. But anything pre-Nintendo, I don't have, like Atari and stuff like that, because I'm not really interested in those. So. So, oh, wait a minute! Somebody's Gokai changing. What?
You heard that?
Yeah. Oh, you got the Legacy Morpher, huh?
Oh no, this is the legendary, and this is the mobile.
Ah, nice. I got both too.
Yeah. Well, I'm
But-
trading this, the legendary, the quotation mark legendary, quotation mark morpher. Yeah, I was not a fan of this one.
Hey, like I said to you guys, it's not that bad. I mean,
I
for what it does, it's awesome. You know,
Can't
the
disagree.
keys.
disagree.
Keys.
I like screen accuracy, and they chopped off the blades. I mean, I didn't mind the smaller size. I really didn't mind the smaller size. It's taking part like the outside aesthetics out, and then also not doing some fun codes. It killed it. Also, the sound effects. You know, every other key will have to do the communicator beat. I thought that was really lazy on their part, and that's
So
why.
all of the, for example, if I have a Lost Galaxy key, it'll just do the do 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 do.
Yep. Here,
Oh, that's messed up, man. I
look,
thought it would just play the
here's
theme
this
song.
this is the Lightspeed key, and I like these little keys. They're cool, you know. It's,
Yeah.
you know. Then you put it in. Well,
Super MegaForce.
well, it just said Super MegaForce Silver, by the way.
Oh, that's great.
Silver. Okay. It just said Super MegaForce Silver. Lightspeed Rescue.
Okay.
Oh, very nice.
All right, do it again. Just. All right.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I think my last can promote it.
Looks like the Gokai change canceled them out, I guess.
It was too extreme. All right, let me get Ken back in here for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting back to Game Scroll though. Yeah, but we were talking about. Oh, there he is. There he is.
I'm
We lost
back.
you for a moment, man. It was.
Yes.
It was extreme, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost hear the beep. Damn it! Wow.
Yeah. It won't.
Bandai, for shame. For
Yeah, and
shame.
then the whole, you know, I was really upset of it.
Bandai, I had hopes for you. Now you disappoint me.
So I'm gonna continue at this.
Yeah. Well, at least the sword is nice though.
Well, this is
Without the
much more.
final wave.
Well, I wish it had that. It doesn't.
I
So
know.
you know.
Just use your imagination though, like I do, because every time when I try to use my voice, people are like, do the Gokai. Like I always do, like in my videos, with that Gokai voice. Like, do it. No, I'm not. My voice is gonna get sore.
Man.
All right, let's go back into the topic of games
Yeah,
here.
let's go back.
Guys.
Yeah, let's backtrack there.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Backtrack to the game systems before we get to Super
anyway,
Mega. Oh, we got
speaking-
plenty for Super Mega Force, so. But
Oh yeah. After the games, you go to Super MegaForce. As
Yeah.
I was saying before, the TurboGrafx, aka the PC Engine, the PC Engine was very popular in Japan. I mean, it competed
extremely.
with the Famicom and, ironically, Sega Mega Drive, which unfortunately did not do well.
Yeah.
The time came to an end in the 1990s when the Super Famicom came out, and NEC actually released the Super piece. I guess it was Super or Ultra. Was it? The
It was.
Super. The
I
Super
think
piece. Super graphics. Yeah, the Super graphics.
they released the TurboGrafx CD. Well, over there in Japan, it was. They ended up making the Retro Duo, which was both the cartridge and the CD based part of it. And I remember that was released over here too, but it was very expensive over here. So nobody,
Oh, yeah.
the sales for it, it didn't do the expected sales because obviously it was too pricey for people to afford. Same
Yeah.
thing with 3DO, and the same thing obviously like when
Oh
how you
my
said
gosh!
in your review, the Neo
Don't
Geo.
remind me of. Don't remind me of 3DO. I remember seeing
Man.
those. But I remember seeing those commercials on Cartoon Network late at night.
3DO, man. 3DO.
Man. Yeah, they had those promos going on everywhere, but unfortunately, it failed miserably.
Oh, yeah, it was a miserable failure. Absolutely miserable. And it didn't have a good library either. I mean, I think one of the few, if I remember right, and like I was talking with Tom earlier, I think one of the few good games that actually came out for it was Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. The first, the first appearance of Akuma. I think that was one of the few games that actually came out for the 3DO. And it was the only, I believe the 3DO was the only console that game came out for. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the only home console that Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo came out for, which was the first, like I said, first appearance of Akuma and and the PC. They had a PC version of the game as well.
Yeah.
Other than that, it didn't come out on any home console.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And let's go back to the subject of the PC Engine here, because 3DO was crap.
3DO is super crap. See, the PC Engine had at least some good games for it. We were talking about it before. Like, obviously the Bonk games were great for the PC Engine. And we can't forget one of the greatest Castlevania games to ever come out, albeit only in Japan.
Yeah.
But it works on the American home console as well as Rondo of Blood. So.
Yeah, I mean, PC Engine had a very extensive library of really awesome games to boot. I mean, one thing that they're very known for was their 2D shooters. I mean, R-Type. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, it was just an awesome game, and also, because they didn't have these stupid restrictions that they had with the TurboGrafx 16 that happened in America, where Nintendo pretty much screwed the third parties, but not making any games for other consoles. I think that's what failed the TurboGrafx 16 here. I bet you without those restrictions, I think it would have been a really awesome competitor with the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo.
Oh, it absolutely would have been. I mean, it had the potential.
I mean, have you played the Ninja Gaiden for the PC Engine? It looks fantastic. A lot better than the NES version.
I actually have not. Oh, you played it, Tom? Tell us about it, Tom, because I've never played it. I did play Ninja Gaiden for the Sega Master System. It's pretty good. I also own it. It only came out in European countries, I believe. But
unfortunately, yeah.
It's
the stupid license agreements that you have to be careful, and that's what happened. Yeah, the Supreme Court at that time pretty much stopped Nintendo's practices of exclusivity, and I think that's the reason why Sega was ahead of the game, because it had a lot of great titles, and of course, a lot of the companies can do all these games in different game consoles now. So, but I kind of miss the exclusivity of it all with with the old school stuff. I mean, nowadays, you can pretty much get your games on different platforms now. It doesn't really matter which console. But back in the day, I mean, if you wanted to play the latest if you wanted to play Super Castlevania, you had to play it on the Super Nintendo. you wanted to play, let's just say, what other one for the Sega Genesis? Uh, uh, huh?
Bloodlines.
Bloodlines. Yeah, you got to get the Sega Genesis. I mean,
Yep.
so I kind of missed that because because that's that's what worked, and that's what led to these really great games being successful as it is.
See, what were you gonna say about Ninja Gaiden though, Tom? So, yeah, go.
I like Streets of Rage.
Huh?
Oh,
Streets
I
of
love
Rage.
Streets of Rage.
Yeah, that was fun.
I have it for the Super Nintendo, although I prefer the arcade version more than the Super Nintendo version.
Sega, or Streets of Rage. You're talking about, right, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Sega. Sega Genesis.
Oh yeah, that was Streets of Rage. That was Final
Yeah.
Fight. That was that
Final
had in my
Fight,
mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
Final Fight came
Streets
out.
of Rage. Yeah. Streets of Rage was
Beat 'em
awesome
ups.
too. I have that. Yeah, I love my beat 'em ups, man. It's
Yeah.
great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I know you got a
And-
beat 'em up you like, Ken. What's up? What's up, Ken? Which one's
Beat
your
'em
beat 'em
up. Well, I like Battletoads.
Ah, Battle.
Double Dragon.
Middle Double Dragon.
Contra.
Oh yeah, those are one of my top two.
Well, Contra's a shooter, but but yeah, Battletoads,
Well,
Double
Contra,
Dragon, the first one.
Well, also, one of my all-time favorites is Ninja Turtles in Time for the Super.
Oh, that's a great one.
That's by far my favorite. And also Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie for the Sega Genesis.
Yep.
Sega Genesis. The first Power Rangers game for Super Nintendo was actually that was good too.
Yeah,
I liked it.
that was
I liked it.
That
I liked
was a
it.
beat 'em up too as well. Yeah.
I liked it, but the thing is, but then again, I'm a sucker for Natsume. Natsume.
Hey guys,
made
sound
beat 'em
familiar?
ups.
Sound
What?
familiar?
What?
Break it to see what's inside. Break it to see what's
Ah.
inside.
Terrible, man.
That's the new Power Rangers MegaForce game.
Yeah. Watch out for the swamp.
Break it to see what's inside. It's like,
It's one of the worst. Yeah, I saw a clip of it. I'm like, I gotta turn this off.
break it to see what's inside. We should start a new meme.
That's it's messed up that they don't have an option to take that off, man.
Yeah, it's like, break it to see what's inside.
That's just lazy game design, man. Come on. There's no reason for that.
Yeah.
That's wrong. Why you gotta do that?
I should put a Pink Ranger figure and put like a package. It's like, break it to see what's inside. Like,
Do it, man.
Batman fun. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully in about a few days, if I have the time though. So yeah, really stupid that game is. I mean, I wish there was a really good Power Ranger game. It doesn't
I
really
was
have.
just about to say that. I'm surprised there isn't. There should be. There's nothing really stopping them from doing it but themselves, in my opinion.
I mean,
they have the money. They have the technology.
Yeah, they have the resources and all that stuff.
They just don't do it because I mean, right now I think Bandai America is with their release of the Legacy Dragon Zord and Legacy Dragon Dagger. That's like, from what I see, that's like the best I've ever seen them do anything. But they have to understand that they need to do games. I mean, kids nowadays like games, so why not do one? I don't know,
Well, you have to think about the fact that these shows, it's only 1 year, so
Well,
production.
I'm surprised they didn't do a Super Legends, with all the Rangers, like kind of what they did.
They did
in
sort
Disney.
of with it.
But that was awful.
It was awful. Yes. It was. We forgot that. Yes. I mean,
Wait, hold on.
like I said, okay. Like, it doesn't have to be the greatest Power Ranger game in the world. I mean, it could just be. Oh my gosh! I don't even want to see that.
It's awful.
It's awful. Disney Interactive, how dare you mess up? Oh yeah, I guess you used to own the franchise.
Yeah.
But, sometimes I regret you guys did a good job with the show, but not the games. Yeah. I mean, I wish they could.
They could do it, and also Japan does like Super Sentai like games. So I never understood why they can just like
Put some
You
of them
would be
over.
surprised. They get worse too. So
Mm.
yeah. So I don't. I mean, if they bring that game, for example, the Gokaiger game for the Wii, it'll probably not. It'll probably be the same crappy. I mean, I've seen the clips of it. It's not
Mhm.
really that great either.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately, but it's not bad though, graphics wise. Well, it is graphics wise because it's the Wii.
Oh jeez, that's another. You brought up Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo's had its shares of failure in consoles that didn't quite make it, like the Virtual Boy. Obviously, you remember the hype behind that.
Oh
they
yeah,
had my ass.
let's forget about the Virtual Boy for a
They
second.
give you a seizure, boy.
Yeah,
That hurt
the
my
red.
eyes. I played it at a KD once.
Really the console.
yeah, same here, Ken. I played at a kiosk. It was just terrible. Like, who would play this? I mean, this could give you migraines for like days. You know? I mean, come on.
I can just see the black and red screen right now.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh,
It
you
was
need to go to a
Taking me
like
back.
a Wario game. It was a Wario game.
Killer
The
Robot.
Well, I think the Wario game was like the only good game on it, if I remember.
I don't think there were
I
that
played
many
about like
games
5.
on it.
No, it had less than 20 games.
Although you have to admit though, the Virtual Boy is like the only system you can collect complete though.
Oh yeah, because it has like less than 20 games. Like the
Yeah.
Virtual Boy has like literally like right about yeah, like less than 20 games if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It has a really I think its launch library was also that was it. It was its final library too.
Mhm.
It never got
Yeah.
it never got a chance to get new games. It's just like all the launch titles were the only games that came out.
And it's the ironic part about it is it was was created by the father of the Game Boy. I forgot his name, but
Gunpei. Is it Gunpei?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he
I forget his
really,
name.
I mean, he really saw potential with the system, even though some people didn't see it. His vision, and unfortunately,
They didn't have.
I don't
they
think
didn't
he
have
saw
the
his own
technology to
Got
do
blind
it.
after playing the Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
Well,
I think his original intent was to have, I guess, color on it, but I guess they didn't have the resources to actually produce a lot of it. It could be that. And probably saw his own creation as like, oh, this is terrible. And then he quit Nintendo, and of course, he died tragically ironic. A tragic death.
So bad.
There was a Game Boy that was never released in the U.S. called Game Boy Light. I don't know if you guys are familiar.
Yes, I'm familiar with that. It was prior, like, few years before the Game Boy Advance XP. They had a light Game Boy. Yeah.
Yeah, which does a green glow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I read that. Was that the that wasn't the trying to think. That wasn't the little one, was it? Like the little.
Oh, you mean the Game Boy Pocket? It was
Micro.
the same.
The micro, was it called the micro? Tom?
No.
It was like a Game Boy, like a small Game Boy Color. It was a silver casing. I remember.
Actually, Ken, it wasn't a Game Boy Color though. It was a Game Boy Pocket with a light feature on it. That's what it was.
Okay.
Okay. This was.
I remember that. That was the one that looked like harmonic size, right?
No, it was.
No. It was the Game Boy Pocket with a light attachment. If you had a Game Boy Pocket, then you probably know what it looks like.
Yeah.
You know what a Game Boy Pocket is, Jonathan?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that's the little slim one. That was like the size of the harmonica, right?
No.
It's like
No. I mean, you gotta admit, there's different variations of the Game Boy.
There's been so many, man. It's hard to keep track, man.
It's okay, man. Don't worry about it.
Hey, look, I stopped. I remember the big bulky one and the pocket, and that was it, man.
Yeah.
Then there's the
small
Tamagotchi.
I remember the
gosh, I remember the craze.
I want that. I still want that. If I ever see one,
Pets,
I want to get one.
Tamagotchis. Oh my gosh!
I remember. I want one. I want two.
I still want one.
I was like forget to not feed it for some reason, and it died.
Everybody's Tamagotchi died, man. Nobody cared after a week. They was just like, whatever.
I used to call my Tamagotchi Tom. Like,
Or
It's like,
Oh man.
Tommy, speak to me, Tom.
I'll put it like this, man. Anybody that owned a Tamagotchi, man, if after a week yours is already dead, you could never own a pet. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
you
what it was.
can't.
I don't own
That
a
was to
pet.
screen people. That was to screen people to see if they could
Yeah.
actually own a pet. It's just like, nah.
Boy, I still
They're
remember
gonna die.
I still remember after the Tamagotchi craze, I remember the yo-yo craze too.
Oh yeah, Yomega. I still
Yeah.
have my Yomega yo-yos.
Oh my gosh, it was
They still
like,
sell them. That's the thing. Tamagotchi, Yomega yo-yos, even Furby
Oh god.
is still
oh,
around.
Furby too. We
Well,
still
they brought
remember
that back. They brought that
They
back.
keep
a couple
on
years
bringing
ago,
it back.
Right?
It needs
Yeah.
to burn with fire.
Burn in the
Yeah.
fire of Hades.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that was the Furby. Oh jeez. I always hated that thing, man. And the thing was, that's why, man. That's one of the reasons. Like, one of the biggest things I disliked about Master Rider was Furbus, man. I was just like, oh
Yes.
man, here we go. Here we go. We got a overgrown Furby, man.
like I said to somebody, I don't know. I don't understand why Saban didn't sue Hasbro for copyright infringement.
Well, I think
Wait,
Furbus.
Saban or Hasbro? It should be Hasbro.
Actually, Hasbro probably could have sued them. I think Furby came out before Furbus.
Because
did.
Furby came out beforehand, and also I think
No, actually, Furby came out in 1998. Mask Rider came out in 1995.
Wait, Furby
Oh.
came out that late? No way.
Yeah,
Are you
it came
sure?
out around 98, 97.
Huh.
Mask
Okay.
Rider came out in 97.
yeah, it was piggybacking off the Beanie Baby success.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I
okay.
believe so. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I know that I remember Gremlins suing Hasbro, and then they made a deal and they did a Gizmo version of it or something like that.
Yep.
Okay.
So, all right, I think we got our first question here.
Cool.
Blaster Red is asking, when are you guys going to start talking about Super MegaForce?
Oh,
Yeah,
let's
right?
talk about it right now. Okay.
Well,
I've
okay,
seen the
sure. I guess we can talk about it. Let's do it.
I've seen the action figures, and I'm very glad that they're going back to their roots. We're making the 5-inch, although they're not
I
exactly 5. It's not actually 5-inch per se. It's like more like 3.4, I guess. No, actually 4.3, I guess, inches. I guess. But not really that tall though.
I hope they still have the small
Yep.
size.
They look very muscular from what I've seen, from the pictures I've seen.
Bandai is
Super
known for putting muscular Power Ranger figures.
No, but I'm
Unless
saying
they-
like, well, yeah, I know that. There's like the MegaForce ones looked a little bit, they didn't look as,
Yeah.
stocky. They weren't as stocky as the Super MegaForce ones look stockier to me.
Here's the thing about Hasbro though, is that actually Bandai, is that they always want to copy like other toy companies' superheroes for some reason. I got an idea. Let's copy the physicality of the superheroes from Marvel and DC and incorporate it to Power Rangers, because that's what we love. Big muscles, big.
Oh yeah, let's put the light, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sword.
Yeah, like they always like to copy.
More.
They always like to copy ideas from other toy companies. Like, hey, like I said, let's put some bulkier muscles on the Armored Reds. Like, it's not necessary. I mean, if you look at the Power Rangers series, they're very skinny, but at the same time, they have some really. I mean, it goes to show you, even skinny guys are strong too. It's not like all bulky. It just actually makes it all steroid injected Power Ranger.
It's a waste of plastic.
Oh.
They're actually wasting money, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Powerful Rangers.
This is the reason. Yeah, Powerful Rangers. Oh my gosh, I love that episode. This is the reason why I love the SH Fig Arts.
Yes.
Yeah, because they're more show accurate. Yeah. because
Yeah,
they
I
don't
mean,
have- they don't
sure,
have the
there's some kinks here and there. I mean, like I said, I think I told somebody that somebody said there was an issue with the helmet, which I don't think it's not, to be honest. But everything else looks pretty show accurate. This is probably the best figures that I've seen in a long time.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I love them. I think they're great. So, all right, we got another question. The Hobbit of Dune asks, "Hey, what about those old McDonald handheld Sega games?" I think it was McDonald's. I have no idea. I don't remember that.
I don't.
Me neither.
Tom, do you remember that, Tom?
I have 3 of them.
Dude,
What-
can you show it to us?
What are they?
They're at the bottom of my kid's toy box. That's how important they are.
What are those
One was,
anyway?
one was like a racing game, another was a pinball game, I think, and I think another one was actually a
I
Sonic game.
vaguely remember that. I vaguely.
Yeah, they're little LCD games.
Okay, yeah.
Not much substance to them whatsoever.
Oh, I think it's more like the Tiger type games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiger.
All right, we got another question here from Snow Wolf Alpha. I can think it's a question, or it looks like more of a state. I guess a statement / question. Isn't the name Super MegaForce redundant? If we really need another name, with
Okay.
force in the title. Well, yeah.
Too much force. Too much force.
There's way
I mean,
too much force.
Obviously, I think the reason for the lazy name is for, I guess they don't want to copy other names because some of them are trademarked,
Well,
and that's the thing with Sabambres. They have to be really careful. As a matter of fact, MegaForce is actually a movie, but not related to Power Rangers.
Yeah.
There's a movie called MegaForce.
I think
There was
you said-
also a toy line called MegaForce. From
There
what
you
I
go.
listened
I
to.
mean, I don't even
with
get
the
why
same
they
font,
did
by
that.
the way. It's the same font.
See, the thing.
Wow.
I think you answered the question right there in itself, Sentai. I mean, it's just, it's laziness. I mean, it's not.
It's
you know-
laziness and I guess avoidance, if you will. Like they're trying to avoid
Well-
any copyright infringements of any name as much as possible. So
No, the thing is with this season, Gokaiger should have been, if they wanted to use MegaForce, should have been called MegaForce, not MegaForce and then Super MegaForce. It's just really confusing to me.
Yeah.
Like the last season should have been like Guardian Force or something like that. That would have been made sense. Like they were guarding
Guardian,
the keys.
Power Rangers Guardian, and Power Rangers Pirate Generations, I guess, in the title. But
Armada is
Arm-
I wish they chose Power Rangers Armada for this season of Gokaiger. Would have made much more sense.
That would've been
and
cool.
It's cool, you know. You could have called the Morpher, the Armada Morpher, or you could have called it Power Rangers Super Legends. They already
Yes.
done it. I mean,
There
they
you go.
own that.
they own that
Yeah.
that name.
That's the thing. It could have been anything but, and they could have done it that they got new powers, not necessarily that they lost their old powers, but that they needed an upgrade. You know what I mean?
I really wish that they got a new cast. I really like. I know for like that they are. It's a power up, so they're still gonna morph from MegaForce to Super MegaForce, and then morph again, which
Ken,
is
you don't
time waste.
Ken, you don't like the underwear models, Ken?
No, I do
Yeah,
not.
right, Ken? You don't like the underwear models? How
No,
dare
I
you.
do not.
Just kidding.
Don't
You like
even
the-
get me started on Power Rangers Samurai.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not that bad.
Also,
All right, we got more viewers tuning in. So, guys, if you guys want to ask questions,
What's up,
just ask in
guys?
the comment section or go ahead and ask us on our Twitter. It's
I can't see the comment
Toy
section for some reason.
Just click on the link of the live stream. I'll send. Hold on, I'll post it in the. I'll post it for us.
Yeah, I just can't see anything for some reason.
Nick Zero Key, I hope I said your name right, says, I wonder what's next. Is it going to be Buster Force? It might be more spy things related in America, if I'm right. That's
Power
probably true. I
Rangers
mean,
Spy
Go
Kids.
Busters!
Power Rangers Spy Kids.
Spy Kids, yeah.
I hope they call it Go Busters actually. 'Cause-
No. Let's not try to do the Jonathan Zeka way where he takes all of the stuff from the Sentai and puts it into Power Rangers. Let's not
Well,
go there.
what do you think they're gonna do? I think it'll be cool if they go with the whole ghost route. You know, they haven't really done much ghost stuff, like a ghost team, like fighting ghost monsters.
I mean, it would be interesting. I mean, obviously they can't call it Ghostbusters. That'll for sure probably get a lawsuit from like Columbia Pictures.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be like
Yeah.
Ghost Force or Spirit Force.
Or Spirit Force, yeah, or something silly, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Force.
Pirate Force.
Or like something
Ghostbuster Force.
Goggle.
Goggle
Oh, geez.
Force.
Goggle Force?
Mind Force.
What are they gonna do? They're gonna go
Special
swimming?
Task Force. Special Task Force is Japanese for Super
I
Sentai.
got
Oh,
one
what you-
more embrace.
What you got there, Ken? What you showing us? What's
One
that?
more embrace.
Uh-oh.
Yep. My batteries are off, so I can't really show you that.
It's time for Go Buster.
Oh, there you, nice.
I do
Very
plan on
nice.
doing a Go Buster Green cosplay one of these days. So.
Yeah, but you got to get on it, Ken. What's up, man?
Well, I am going to be cosplaying. Hold on a second. I'm going to be cosplaying this soon.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, snap.
Oh, I gotta see that.
Yep, I'll be doing that
Oh,
soon.
yeah.
Thanks to a buddy of mine, he's gonna hook me up with a costume, full costume, Anarchy. So I'll be suiting that up. Hopefully, I'll be doing that. Debuting that at Morphicon, and I hope to see you guys there. Are you guys going? Morphicon, August,
No,
Pasadena.
unfortunately, you know what's weird is that I gotten the job like 2 months ago, and the gold passes were sold out a couple of months ago, so they didn't get a chance to get anything.
I am considering it. I'm considering it. It's still up in the air for me, Ken. But if I go, it'll probably. Hey, we'll be there together, Ken. Hey.
I wish
Hey
to go
man,
with you guys.
if you call up like Scott Zillner, hey, like I want to do a Super Sentai panel. Hey, they'll probably let you in for free. So.
We'll see.
Who knows,
we'll
right?
see how things go. I'm still debating it, man. 'Cause it's
all
like,
expense paid trip to Pasadena.
Well,
it wouldn't be all
not
expense.
paid
It
trip,
wouldn't be
but,
all
like,
expense.
At least you won't
Well,
be
at
able,
least half
to,
of it, though.
pay to
Well,
get in.
I wouldn't pay to get in. That'd probably be about it. But then I still have to pay for a hotel, flight, and all that good
Yeah.
stuff. So.
Well,
True.
the thing, you room with people. You have friends that are in Orlando going there. I know that there are like a couple Ranger fans from Orlando, and they're even here in Florida. So.
Yeah.
It's,
Speaking of Florida, you guys are so lucky.
All right, Snow Wolf. Snow Wolf Alpha.
Respecting us.
Snow Wolf Alpha has a
snowstorm.
question. Snow Wolf Alpha asks, why didn't they just reverse the title and call it Legend of the Power Rangers? It has a legend war in it.
What was
Again, it's Saban brands for you. They just don't care. Laziness. That's right, Tommy.
They don't care.
Saban brands and like his big boss, Haim Saban, they just want to make money. They don't care about the quality of the show. They just care about the marketing, the toy merchandise. That's it. It's not like what Disney did, where even though they didn't care about the show, they told a really good story and had a lot of great characters.
Well,
Even though some of the Disney era seasons were a little bit controversial to some Power Ranger fans, but
What do you mean
eventually-
controversial?
No, I mean, let me tell you something. Prior to Saban getting the hands back of Power Rangers, a lot of fans did not like Disney seasons. A lot of them did not. And some people just, I wish that Saban bought the franchise back and all that, and they did. And look what they got them. I call it power morph karma right there. That's what you get for trying to mess things up, you guys. The Power Ranger fandom specifically, because you guys saw it was a very bad thing, but in fact it was a great thing. A lot of great characters. I mean, like I said, there are some Disney Power Ranger seasons that were not so great. Some were very awesome. So
right.
Ninja Storm, yeah.
All right, we got another question.
Okay.
This one's from Blaster Red. What do you think that they're going to call Kruger here in America?
I'm hoping Dino Charge.
Dino Fury!
Dino Fury.
Dino Charge.
Hey, we know what they're going to call it. They're just going to call it Dino Force.
Oh no.
Yeah. Another Force! Yay!
Dino Force!
Super
Yes.
Dino Force!
Yeah, with the same morph sequence as Power Rangers Dino Thunder.
Jeez, man.
With the gun, that's all.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the gun, what do you guys think what they're gonna do? I mean, remember in Power Rangers Jungle Fury, they switched up the gloves for one of the worst ideas in my opinion. The
sunglasses.
morphers.
The sunglasses weren't that bad.
It was bad because they didn't. Really
I mean, if they make
it.
an adult
It was just-
version, everybody would have been happy.
Well, no, if it made sense, it didn't make sense for that like that series. The theme was just totally off. I'm like, oh, here's some sunglasses. I'm like, what? Like sunglasses?
Yo,
I
man, you
think,
see,
like I said, there was a reason. I mean, Disney just didn't force. They got a lot of complaints from soccer moms, and I guess they
Well,
didn't
no,
want.
that was back in '93. Like,
Yeah, but there's still soccer moms that are still complaining now. So I think that's the
That's
reason
true.
for it. And of
That's
course, tougher TV laws, of course, even though it's on cable.
well,
I
like
don't
the
understand.
gloves, they don't have to be, they don't have to be, like boxing gloves or
Yeah.
anything. They just look like gloves to me, like or
But I
gauntlets.
think if
But
Saban produced Jungle Fury, I don't think it would have. I think he would not do with the glasses. I think it would just use the
yeah.
outfit.
I do hope that if they do change the
Alright.
gun from the Morpher,
Shadow.
Yes.
Sorry, Shadow 81020 asks. Also, do you think that they will keep the samba music part from Koryuger?
No.
No,
Probably
copyright
not.
reasons.
Probably not. Yeah.
Because I think a lot of the sounds, I think Saban paid Toei for the Dragon Dagger flute notes, I guess, but anything from the Sentai, like the background music and the sounds from the sound effects from the Sentai series, they're not, Saban or Disney are not allowed to use it. Although I do remember in Power Rangers Wild Force, they did use the flute noise from Gao Ranger, so anything is possible.
Tommy, what do you think?
The samba noise is probably a no-go, as is the dancing portion. I don't think the automatic, uncontrolled bodily movement engine is going to make its way over to America at all.
I hope
Yeah,
I hope they bring it.
The dancing henshin pose, it's really, and I'm sorry for you guys, it's really stupid.
All right, here we go.
No offense, guys. If you like it, that's fine, but I don't really like it.
I hope they
All right,
bring it.
it's not. It's different strokes for different folks. It's cool. All right, the Hobbit of Doom says JDF is going to start a reality show called My Morphin Life. Our thoughts? Seems like a bit of an ego trip to him.
I
What do you
think
guys think?
I think it would have been awesome if it was a mockumentary instead of a reality show. It would have been awesome to have
Probably.
like a Reno 911 style type of Power
Well,
Ranger.
like The Office, kind of like
Well,
The Office.
like that.
they kind of did that in let's see, Nakia Burris, Jason Fawn, and Jessica Ray has a geek show, web show that they were trying to do.
Yeah, No Nerds Here.
No Nerds Here, yeah. And it was supposed to be like a mockumentary type thing.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, I want to see that one. But
I mean that if they
what
ever
what was the question about the reality show?
Oh, he was asking our thoughts on it, and he says, Hobbit of Dune says it seems like a bit of an ego trip to him. Well, I mean, as far as an ego trip goes, I mean, it's
JD, man,
how do I say
Jason
this,
Frank.
guys? Jason David
What's
Frank.
up, guys? It's Jason David Frank.
It's Jason David Frank. I mean, hey.
Green
Yeah.
Ranger, White Ranger.
Hobbit. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Hobbit. I mean, he likes to say his own name. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I am gonna watch it.
I mean, it might be interesting. Like I said, as far as it being an ego trip, I mean, hey, look, if the idea sells, I guess it is what it is. I mean,
here's the thing that I'm concerned about is the reality show curse. I mean, if you look what happened to Hulk Hogan, you'll notice.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor guy.
I'm
well, yeah, it
concerned.
ruined his life. Yeah, it pretty much ruined. That was the beginning of the end of like his.
Yeah, he got divorced from his wife. His son is now a felon because he was. I know he was in the passenger side or his friend.
No, he was driving. He was driving.
He was driving, and now
like,
his friend is paralyzed for life. I mean, he can't speak or anything. His head he has like a crater in his head. I mean, it's just awful. I mean it might be a concern. I mean, it might be a concern because sometimes when you put yourself in the spotlight, it can get to you at times.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Hogan had always been in the spotlight. I think what it was is putting his family in the spotlight.
That's the thing.
Well, from what I heard, he was trying to save his marriage with that, and then
Yeah, he did.
backfired.
He was trying. Yeah, apparently he was trying to save his marriage had been pretty bad apparently for years, but they just never showed it on the show, obviously, because
yeah, that's true. And from what I've
okay.
seen with Jason David Frank and his wife, they seem to have pretty good chemistry.
Okay, let me see. We got another question here. This one is from Jonathan Fira says, "How do you think Tokuger will be?"
Let's see. It will be school setting, kind of similar to MegaForce again. Oh, maybe, who knows? Something along the lines of some old. No, that's Down of Thunder. I would say just, I guess, kind of like a, let's just say, Doctor Who-ish type adventure. They go different places.
Yeah. What do you think, Ken? How do you think Tokuger will be?
I don't have any problems with trains. They've done awesome train stuff before. You know, with the solar the Solar Max Zord was kind of a space shuttle with at part train with the light speed train. You know, and also the Solaris Knight, that was awesome. That was an awesome Megazord. But this is just the design was just lazy. Like their suit design.
They're trying. Let me tell you something. A lot of people. I remember when they said the same thing about the Goandra. I thought it was just another live man.
I didn't like Goandra either. And also their weapons.
Ken, you don't like anything.
No, I do like it. I do like it. Their costumes are awful, but RPM saved Goandra for me because they had a little girl design the suits, and it made sense because it's a little girl. And,
yeah, that's true.
You know, she put anime googly eyes in the suits, which was perfect. But before
like I
then,
said,
I hated Goandra. I didn't even like Goandra when I watched it. Right? But RPM, I love RPM.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
But their weapons are basically based on the Goandra. If you guys notice, the axe, the gun, the sword are based on the Goandra weapon styles.
What do you think, Tommy? How do you think Tokuger will do, Tom?
I don't know, honestly. The first cast photos that have been released show a group of kids that look younger than the Ghost Nature. So this is potentially the youngest team ever assembled for a Sentai. So I would assume, like Sentai said, it's probably like a high school setting, and then something to do with like trains.
Oh, I'm liking that they're going back to the school roots like they did with Mega Ranger. Oh, great, not another Mega name. But anyway, I'm actually looking forward to it, to be honest. I mean, they're actually using a theme other than dinosaurs and cars. They're actually using trains, which is something new and different. And, you know, different is sometimes good and sometimes bad. So,
honestly, yeah, me as far as I mean, I don't know how it's going to do. I mean, to me, honestly, at least from initially looking at it and seeing what I've seen so far, it looks like another one of those Sentai seasons that is probably going to be
Car Ranger.
A parody season.
Car Ranger.
Because you know how in Super Sentai they always have a season that's like a parody season. If this pretty much started, you know, as far back as I think Turbo Ranger, I think was the first parody season for Super Sentai. And then they made it a habit of making like any season that had cars or ninjas like kind of a more comical season.
Yeah. I don't know why they do that, but
I mean, for me, like I said, for me, I'm looking forward to it just because I love trains. I love my trains, so this is.
You like that Megazord though? Like
yeah, I love it. I love it, man.
It's Tetris style.
I love it.
Actually, I'm not too thrilled.
You know what I love? I love all the bad Ranger designs that the fandom hates. So
that's the stuff you relish in, huh? See, the thing is, the design of the suits obviously is not very appealing. But again, that's what makes me think that it's going to be a parody season, is because it doesn't look like they put a lot of effort into it. It just looks like literally
it looks like
a little kid.
We have to
knockoff suits.
Yeah. I mean, we have to wait until we see the actual suit for ourselves. Did the trailer did get released?
I don't think I've seen anything yet.
I don't think.
Well,
we,
you
I
gotta
think
wait,
anything,
man. You
you
gotta
know,
wait to see what the actual Megazord looks like in the actual trailer, because who knows? Maybe we will like it, maybe we
Hey, I
don't.
like
So
Kamen Rider Deno. You know, Deno was awesome. This does not look
you
awesome.
know.
I mean, I don't. I want it to be awesome, but it doesn't look like it.
yeah,
You know.
uh, Ken is a sincere man. Ken is a sincere
yes,
man.
he is. And let's see.
Yeah, I
Speaking,
think that
go ahead,
the
Tommy.
Tokyo just another season until the 40th anniversary.
Oh,
Yeah.
guys, which also brings up something interesting that I thought right now.
What's
Is
up?
Power Rangers RPM a parody Power Rangers? Because for some reason it kind of does parody itself in a way. Like when Dr. K says a lot of references to a
It's
lot
not
of the Power Rangers.
spandex.
It's not spandex, and like why do everything explode when we morph? So it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of a
What's with the
really,
explosions when we morph?
yeah.
But
See,
they did it so well. That season, that Disney season was by far my top two pick of Power Rangers.
But like I said, it brings that question: is it a parody of Power Rangers?
In a way, yes.
It's
Also,
a parody of Go Under.
Yeah.
Well, they did actually reference Go
they
On.
did reference. They did a great job. RPM was.
They did reference Go Onger.
Yeah.
Project Go Onger. What was it? The Go.
I don't
I
remember.
gotta look it up right now. Hold on.
Can anyone help us out?
Wait. I'm gonna check Wikipedia. Always rely on Wikipedia.
Wicca.
That's not a reliable source of information. All right. Urzarn says, any ideas on what the color change feature in Tokuga could be? The Rangers seem to be able to swap colors but retain their number 1 through 5.
This was an idea that I had for a project that I'm working on, where they can maintain. Well, it's interesting. I'm curious to see it happen. Probably it'll do like different features, you know. Well, they can sell more toys too.
So there you go, exactly. You know what's funny? I'm surprised Valdez hasn't asked a question. I wonder if Valdez usually watches. I don't know if he's watching it. He always has a question.
Is Valdez here?
I don't know, but he usually is. I don't.
Okay.
He's not,
You should
not
invite
asking
him.
any questions
Invite
though. If
Valdez.
he's watching.
Invite Valdez.
Well, I don't think he has like Google Plus. But I mean, he always asks. Well, I'm sure he has a Google Plus because if he's on YouTube. But what it's like, I don't think he has a webcam.
Okay.
But he usually asks questions though. But he hasn't asked one yet. Valdez, if you're out there, what's up, man? I'm waiting for your question.
What's
man.
up, Mike?
You always got one.
Yes.
Get
Where you
on
at?
here, man.
Send us some questions. We would like to.
Where you at,
consume them.
Valdez? Where you at? That's right, Valdez from Rangers. Valdez from
Ranger
Valdez
Stop.
from Ranger Stop. www.rangerstop.com. Check them out.
That'll be
Yes.
August. Oh no, not August. November of next year.
Yep, November
In Orlando,
Yeah.
Florida.
in Orlando, Florida. That is correct.
We'll be there.
In beautiful Orlando.
You guys are lucky you live in a warmer climate.
Where do
You
you
gotta
live,
deal with
man?
the snow.
Where do you live, Sentai?
I live in New York City.
Oh, I was born there.
Yeah.
I miss it.
You miss it.
Yeah.
Well, you won't miss it because it's gonna snow like crazy.
All right, we got another question.
Okay, I found the Project Go Under. It stands for ground. The RV that they go in to go outside the dome.
Yes.
It's the Ground Outdoor Operational Network General Purpose Exploratorial Rover. Project Go Under.
All right, geez.
Nice, you know.
Okay.
Love it.
All right, we got a question here from the Hobbit of Dune. He asks, will there ever be DVD box sets of Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, and why aren't there any now? And he also apologizes if you offended anyone with his last comment about JDF. Hey, man, you didn't offend me. It's all good.
It's okay.
Yeah, we know that JDF has a bigger ego than Kanye West, so don't worry about it.
No.
Nah,
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
You've gone
He's an
too
awesome
far.
person.
You've gone too far.
Wait. Before
Just kidding, man. Just kidding.
That's okay.
Amy Jo Johnson.
There you go. Much better.
There you go.
There you go. No. I mean, even though
not even. But
maybe you know, he's happy with life, and that's what's important. You know, he's living
the
the
fans
life
seem
his
to
fullest.
like
Yeah,
eat it up,
Yeah.
you know. And
yeah,
I wish him
yeah,
more
yeah,
power, you know, more power to him. You know,
yeah.
I'm still a
Yeah, there's
fan
no
of
big.
him.
Yeah,
You
I'm a
know,
fan. I'm a
Yeah,
fan.
living the life to the fullest, and that's what
yeah.
Jason David Frank is doing.
I love his inspirational pictures. You know, about like no fear and all that stuff. So,
Yep.
you
Jesus
know.
didn't
So he's
tap
good.
and all that.
Jesus didn't tap. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, to answer your question about the DVD box sets of Super Sentai, probably not. We'll probably never see those over here, even though Saban has the license here in America, and he could do it, and it would be another avenue for revenue for him that he should exploit. But I think Saban might. I'm sure he's aware of the fact that there's a lot of Super Sentai fans here in the States. I mean, but he probably won't do it just cause, you know. I mean, just because he probably doesn't see it as something that would be that would sell on a
Bless you.
grand scale. It
Thank
would
you.
probably, he knows it would probably do well within, you know, this, you know, fans of Super Sentai, but that was probably a risk that he probably wouldn't be willing to take, you know.
Well, be like Shout Factory would be the ones that would probably be producing it, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
they'd
they'll produce
probably
it.
distribute it. They'd probably yeah, basically produce the DVDs from them, but manufacture them. But that's probably why they'll never be released here. It's probably a thing of, he'd probably see it as more that there'd be more money lost because it would only appeal to a particular audience, which would be,
I
you
don't
know,
think
fans
there's
of Super
more.
Sentai.
Yeah, I don't think there's a much demand for it.
Yeah,
That's
I kind
why.
of agree.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with Jonathan on this issue, and of course, I mean, it's not a, like I said in a few blogs on my YouTube channel, is that there's not a market for these here in the U.S. Maybe in other parts of the world where Super Sentai is being released, but not here because Saban doesn't really. I mean, he's adapting a show from a Japanese series, which
It took
that's
us years
intense.
to even get a DVD set here.
Yeah. And also, Toei knows that there's a fan sub community out there, so you know they're letting them upload these shows online. So it just doesn't really matter, and Saban knows this as well. So I won't see any DVDs coming in our showers anytime soon. So
Yeah, it's the same thing with yeah, like what you said with Kamen Rider. I mean, Masked Rider hasn't even gotten to the best of my knowledge, right? Masked Rider hasn't even been released on DVD yet. Like they released.
I do know
right?
that Media Buster, they did release Kamen Rider the First as well. There was this Hawaiian company that did release Kamen Rider V3, but other than that, they didn't release.
I
Masked Rider.
have Masked Rider, by the way.
Yeah.
But that's not an official American release though, right?
This is an official release.
Media Buster did release
Tokyo Shock.
Yeah, Shokyo Shock.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And of course, this other company, which was based in Hawaii, did license Kamen Rider V3 and release the DVDs for it. But unfortunately, those have expired, and I don't know if they're gonna, like, if the company other companies did acquire, who knows? But yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Got some more questions here. All right. I know this might be a little bit off topic, but what do you guys think about Kamen Rider game? Do you think it's a good show?
Kamen Rider Fruit
little
Ninja?
Too fruity?
Yeah, Fruit Ninja. Someone watched Fruit Ninja. I played Fruit Ninja too much, and decided to do it. I loved it actually. I at first I didn't like the design. I watched the show, and I fell in love with it. I don't like the Henshin device, but I do like those Loxies, and I do want to get some of those Loxies.
I'll be honest. I have not seen it yet. The only Kamen Riders I've seen is obviously the original series and Kamen Rider Black and Kamen Rider Kuga. I have not seen any of the newer Kamen Riders, but I'll catch up. I'll get there. You know, just give me some time.
Same with Jonathan. The last Kamen Rider that I saw was actually O's, and I just, you know, kind of went on a little hiatus. Yeah, so anything post O's, I haven't. Oh, no, actually, Forza I did watch, but anything.
I didn't get into
post,
Forza.
anything post-4s I didn't watch. I didn't watch Wizard. I thought it was, kind of like
Yeah,
Kamen
I
Rider
tried to
Kiba
watch.
ripoff. Let's see, Kamen Rider Gam, of course, not my favorite. Although I did like the fact that they're actually releasing these superhero Tyson movies a lot more than they used to, which is kind of odd. I guess because of the extra money that's coming in.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
about you,
I think
Tom?
they're doing a show versus Heisei.
Yeah, the guy that played Takumi in Kamen Rider 5 is reprising his role. He posted on his Twitter that he's actually dyeing his hair. His hair is originally black, but he dyed it for again for the special, which is kind of interesting. I can't wait to see it.
Nice.
What about
Yeah.
you, Tom? What do you think of that Kamen Rider guy?
Gaim.
Yeah.
Do you want?
The character designs are really over the top for a Kamen Rider show, as far as I'm concerned. It's like they took Kamen Rider and Ronin Warriors and threw it into like a bottle of lightning and threw it all into a blender. Like, here's your newest Kamen Rider.
All right. Very nice. All right, Blaster Red has a question. What do you guys think of? All right, let me see here. What do you guys think? What other types of Super Sentai or Power Rangers should be about?
Wait, what?
I think he's asking, what do we think the other Power Rangers or Super Sentai should be about? I think he means. Do you mean? I'm assuming you mean. You mean adaptation-wise?
Like a theme?
Is that? I think that's what he's trying to ask. Like how they should be adapted.
Oh, okay.
Well, for me, I would like if Saban ever tries to adapt Kamen Rider to Power Rider or whatever name that he chooses, or the company chooses to, of course, they should make it more as kind of like actually like I don't know how to describe it, but like kind of what they did with Beetleborgs in a sense, like a comic book, and he kind of step into another dimension where there's like a different alternate reality type thing where he sees all of his favorite superheroes, aka the Kamen Riders, and fighting off a monster in each comic book edition. So that's kind of like my little concept right there.
I love the Beetleborgs origin story, and I like that concept.
Yeah.
For me, since we're talking the Kamen Rider, if they do adapt that, I would love to see either Kabuto or Os or W. For some reason for Os, I would like to see an African American hero for Os. If they did adapt.
Why? Because black men like money? How dare you, Ken?
What? No. I want to see more. I want to see more heroes that are not, white. Like for instance, Power Ranger Samurai, Jaden should have been Japanese. If they're doing a samurai season, they should respect that culture.
Yeah.
With
It should have been you, Ken. It should have been
Should've
you.
been you.
I wish. I'm gonna
It
try
should have
Should have been you.
I'm trying out.
Should've
And
been
people will be on the Ranger boards and other forums like, man, that guy's acting sucks.
He's a nice guy. Alex Hartman's a nice guy, though. He's
He's great.
Oh, yeah, he's awesome.
Okay.
He should have been the Gold Ranger. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
All
should
right.
have been the Gold Ranger. Like I think they should have reversed roles. Steven Scholar should have been Jaden, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. All right, we have another question from Jonathan Fira. I hope I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, I apologize. How does Kamen Rider work? I never was able to figure that out. All right, if you're talking about from the very first,
it's kind of like Power Rangers. The only difference is just one hero. That's the concept you'll never need.
yeah,
John, Jess.
one hero with a motorcycle always.
There you go.
There you go.
No
That's the
Megazord.
best way. Well, the thing is, starting off with the very first Kamen Rider, the very first Kamen Rider was a cyborg. I mean, and just about almost every Kamen Rider since, not all, but a good portion of them have been cyborgs.
Cyborgs and
and
vampires and
Yep.
mutant.
They've changed them. They've become a lot
Silver.
more. Yeah, they've
Yeah.
become a lot more versatile with it over the years. But initially, the first couple series, in in the Showa era, were cyborgs. You know, a lot of them were cyborgs. They were just dudes that they ended up getting either caught by some kind of secret organization that turned them into a cyborg against their will, or however which way. But basically, once they get turned into the cyborg or whatever, they get some kind of device that helps them transform into Kamen Rider. In the very first Kamen Rider, we had the way he would transform was from riding his motorcycle until he figured out a way to finally do it pretty much by jumping in the air or whatever, more at will. But initially, he would have to ride his motorcycle to get his device to transform him into Kamen Rider.
And it was the precursor for Super Sentai, right?
Yeah, it was a show that it was in the regard of, if you guys get a chance, watch our series Attention Time, the history of Super Sentai and Power Rangers. I discussed it
On YouTube.
On
Please
YouTube,
subscribe.
Toy Bounty Hunters channel. But basically, what Kamen Rider did was it wasn't the first Henshin show. What it was is it was the first Henshin show to really redefine the genre, because before that there was Ultraman, and before Ultraman I believe there was some other the very first Henshin show, I forget the name of it. It was called like Black Mask or something like that. It was the very first Henshin show.
And usually, what Ultra Wizard said about Kamen Rider, of course, you have to let's not forget about the villains. Usually, they're from evil organization, bent on world domination. In a way, the first villains were actually Shocker, which was kind of similar to the Nazi Empire in a way, which is kind of ironic. There's an episode, actually, just search for Kamen Rider X versus Starfish Hitler. You probably love that scene.
Well, one thing that they, at least, in their, in the 70s especially, I mean, but in the early days, not just in the 70s, but in the early days of Henshin shows, is that they always, whatever organization they were battling against, they always made it a point to kind of fashion them after like Nazis. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Starfish Hitler.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it was exactly. It was the same thing with Go Ranger. I mean, Black Fuhrer was. I mean, his name was Black Fuhrer. I mean, come on.
You know what the next villain after Starfish Hitler would have called in Kamen Rider? The next the dictator, probably Shark Stalin. Shark Stalin or Squid Castro.
Yeah, they always do something. They always got some crazy dude.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about Black Fuhrer is that initially, you don't know it initially, but he ends up being a space alien. So it really takes Go Ranger really takes a turn for more of the science fiction midway through, when you learn that he's actually an alien from outer space. So I mean, but it's not the first series where they fight aliens, because the Black Fuhrer himself just happens to be an alien force. But everyone else that works for him, obviously, is it's creatures he created, and a lot of them, the shock troopers, his little grunts and stuff, are human. So yeah, he's just evil, just an evil son of a gun.
Yes, he
But
is. But
no good
something, the villains were an intricate part of the Kamen Rider franchise. I mean, at the very beginning, the villains were very quirky, of course. I mean,
super quirky.
It was so cheesy. But as the years went by, it became darker and darker. I mean, if you watch Kamen Rider Black and Kamen Rider Black RX, I mean, man,
Black is great. Yeah, Kamen Rider Black is fantastic. Well, that's the thing with with the Shinomori taking control of that. He brought. I think with Kamen Rider Black, he finally was able to do what he had always wanted to do with Kamen Rider. So. Yeah. Because the first Kamen Rider, it was based off of his Skullman, and he wasn't able to do Skullman. That's why Kamen Rider came to be.
Oh, speaking of other Shichiro Ishinomori projects, besides Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, he also did a lot of other Toku stuff as well. He did Kaider, as well as
Inazuman.
Can I?
Inazuman is another one he did.
And did he also make Akumizer 3?
I'm not sure. Tom?
Did he make Akumizer 3? You know, that was a toku in the around the 70s, around Super Sentai.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't know. Tom? Dude, it doesn't ring a bell. He could have. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Believe it or not, in the sequel to Akumizer, there were other what you call it, the heroes. Those were actually based off of rejected Kamen Rider designs.
Huh.
I believe it.
I gotta check into this.
Yeah, look it up. The sequel to Akumizer. I forgot the name of it. Let me see if I can find it.
Blaster Red asks, do you guys think that there should be another? What happened, Tom? Say again.
According to Google, Shotaro Ishinomori is the creator of Akumizer 3.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
There we go. According to the Oracle.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that? Do you guys think there should be another animal-themed Power Rangers, and what do you think it should be called?
Well, there is one coming up. Go Busters, which is animal themed. But like, are you saying another animal theme for Super Sentai?
I think he means
Power Ranger Llamas.
Power Rangers. Power Ranger Llamas.
There you go.
Power Ranger Meerkats.
Yeah.
Let's get even more, obscure, more lower on the totem pole there.
Power Ranger horses.
I'm sure.
Got to horses.
Power Ranger Pandas.
Power Ranger Pandas. To answer your question, Blaster, I'm sure they'll I know that there's still definitely like Ken just said, Go Buster is one that has animal themes in it, so
it's an animal spy.
Spy theme.
Yeah,
they haven't dabbled.
So
they haven't really dabbled into the horse theme yet. I mean, I know that they're Zord horses, stallions like that. Like this should be a horse because they're different types of horses, and be really interesting to see what they do to that.
Okay, Urzard, hold on. Urzard asks Ninja Captor. I mean, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Are you asking who created Ninja Captor? Did you want information on it? Because if you need information on Ninja Captor, we do talk about it in the second part of our documentary series that's on our channel right now if you want to check it out. But if you're asking if Shotaro Ishinomori had anything to do with Ninja Captor, he did not. He did not create that. That was a project created by Toei. I forgot the creator's name of that, but
which was interesting. What's interesting though. It was once classified as a Sentai series.
It was.
Q-Jack.
It was for a long time. It was classified the second Sentai series.
But let's just see a couple of years from now. Maybe they'll probably add that like they did in the 20th anniversary, where they added Go Ranger and Q-Jack.
Okay.
So anything is possible. So.
All right. The Hobbit of Dune asks, this is a really weird question, but in terms of escapism and storytelling, which do you guys think is better, Kamen Rider or Doctor Who? That's a great question.
Ooh, very interesting.
I guess it would really depend on what your preferences are. If you like watching, people transform into super armor and beating up bad guys, then it would be Kamen Rider. But if you like time travel and you're robotic aliens, then Doctor Who definitely interesting over you.
Yeah, I mean, if you like the kind of adventurous type action, like you should definitely go with Doctor Who. Of course, you got the TARDIS and everything. That's all you need. But when it comes to like the armory, the accessories, the weapons, and stuff like that, that's Power Rangers. I mean, Kamen Rider, sorry. So yeah, I would go for that.
I agree with them on that. Yeah.
Honestly, it's funny because I've seen some of the newer Doctor Who's, but really, the Doctor Who I remember watching was the ones they would play on PBS, which were the
I remember those.
Which was the Tom Baker, I think the Tom Baker Doctor.
I remember.
Tom Baker is the one with the multicolored scarf, right?
Yes.
Tom Baker.
The fourth.
I remember watching Doctor Who on PBS and think, man, this is a really weird show, but I can't stop watching it. It's
Yeah.
I know. Actually, believe it or not,
I was a kid.
I remember as a kid just flipping the channels and there was this show, and just like, what is this? It's just weird, and I never, like, to be honest, I never really got to figure out the name of the show. I mean, it had the police box thing, and when they go inside, it's all bigger on the inside.
It
And
wasn't
I
until you were
never,
older.
and until I was older, like I would have just like, I had that in my mind for a couple of seconds. What was this show? And then
See,
I
when
found out.
See, like I remember when they did the Doctor Who movie on Fox. I remember
Yes,
watching
that's the
it.
one.
Oh, I remember that
See,
one.
and
Yes.
Eighth
that
Doctor.
yeah, that made me remember. I was like, hey, wait a minute, that's the show they used to.
Yep.
That's the show they used to give on PBS.
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
like, and I remember watching the movie.
Like
And
over here in the U.S., it was a mediocre, not really well-known series, but in the U.K. it was a very well-known show.
Of course.
Mhm.
So we didn't realize that that we're gonna make a movie about this kind of, like, for me the quality looked like public access type of quality. Of course, when the years went by, they started to improve, and of course the movie made it unbelievably awesome. I mean, I love Paul McCann's acting as the Eighth Doctor.
Oh yeah.
Well,
He's-
they brought
he's
him
still-
back. Yeah, they brought him back in that little like
Mini
episode, yeah.
right?
Night of
Yeah.
the Doctor, yeah.
Right
the Night of
before.
the Doctor.
Yeah, which is pretty cool that they at least they gave his his doctor, I guess, a little bit of closure. So that
Yeah, a
was,
little.
For his regeneration.
Yeah.
Though it's kind of a really surprise that there was another 8.0, a 8.2.0.
Well,
John Hurts.
another Ninth Doctor.
Yeah, so that makes him the ninth and the other one the eighth. It's like, it's really, really stupid. I mean, I understand. I respect for Christopher Eccleston, the Ninth Doctor, that he doesn't want to do the 50th anniversary. But I mean, Paul McCann should have been the War Doctor from the very beginning.
that would have been cool.
But I can understand the producers' way of thinking, because of course John Hurts is a very popular actor, so it's understandable.
John Hurt is amazing.
He was awesome in it.
I'm gonna tell you something.
I love the Elephant Man. I am not an animal.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, my favorite role. I am not an animal. I'm a human being. Fantastic movie.
You gotta
by the way.
believe his performance as the War Doctor was fantastic. I have to say.
I still want to get his.
Even though I
screwdriver.
disagree with the way that they handled the secret origin of the not like the doctor that he didn't want to remember. I mean, I think it was just awesome. Also, I like the War Doctor's TARDIS a lot more than the other TARDISes, because that one had like scratches and everything. So
Jonathan Fira asked if we would have liked to see more of Paul McGann, and I think
Yes.
it's unanimous.
yes.
I want them to do more Paul McGann. He's my favorite Doctor.
As a mini episode, it'd be perfect, because of course we have Peter Capaldi, who is their 13th Doctor, so it's understandable. I mean, this is what they should do. They should do the whole Peter Capaldi TV thing while they do the mini episodes for the internet.
Yes.
That would have been a lot better.
I concur.
I mean, if you really want Paul McGann, you should definitely hear the audio tapes, the Big Finish. Those are awesome.
I heard they're very good.
I mean, what?
Well, guys,
Yeah.
get your questions in. We got about 2 or 3 more minutes left before we wrap this up.
It's been fun.
So if you guys got any more questions, go ahead and ask them, and we'll try to get them answered for you guys. And I just want to go ahead and thank all y'all who watched, and of course the panel guests here that participated. Don't know when we're going to be doing the next live stream yet, but I will definitely post up on either our Facebook Live page or on our Twitter to let you guys know. That way you can tune in and see what we'll be talking about next time. But go ahead and ask any questions you guys might have left before we go ahead and wrap this up.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm just waiting to see if anybody's wanting to ask any questions.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is the most questions we've had so far.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. This is fun.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna do this again next week again.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
Yeah. I'll definitely try to do that.
well, we could definitely try for, if you guys want to try for next Thursday, I mean, that's fine. We could,
Yeah.
around the same time, 8:30,
Of course.
10 o'clock, so for those
Sorry,
of
I
you
was a
guys
little
watching,
bit late though, but I'm gonna
No
try
problem.
to come early as much as possible.
oh no, man, it's fine, man. You know, you had to do what you had to do. It's all good. I guess
Also, I'm
that's
gonna
it.
do a quick plug, real quick.
Go ahead,
Shameless plug.
do it, Cam.
Um,
Do the plug. We like
Please
plugs.
check
Go
out
ahead.
my Facebook page. Help Ken Lam become a Power Ranger. That's help KenLam become a Power Ranger on Facebook. It's a dream
Sure,
of
check
mine,
'em out.
and yeah.
Yeah, support the cause. Go ahead, Sentai, throw out your
Yeah.
plugs.
Nothing. Just go to my YouTube channel, Sentai22, and of course go to my Facebook page, which is Sentai Big. Of course, if you can't find it, just go to my reviews. I have my Facebook link posted on the description. So, all right, that's about it, guys. Sentai22,
All right.
and thanks for watching this very
Yes.
special podcast.
All right,
I mean,
guys. Well, again, thanks for watching the stream, and yeah, hopefully we'll have one again next week around the same time. So
Thank you.
until next time,
Take care.
take care,
Bye-bye.
guys, and happy hunting as always.
Happy hunting.